This time I'm taking a look at the sneaky, snaky, psychotic poison lady, A.K.I. Acute kidney injury is one of the newest-ish Street Fighter characters. Last time it was spiders for this series, now it's snakes. I do love a good animal motif. And how strongly that is represented in A.K.I.'s design without feeling corny or over the top is what makes her probably one of my favourite character designs, period. Not just in Street Fighter. Even if I am a Kami player. Pause now, taboo if you'd like. Even before we get to the specific design stuff, her initial impression immediately signals the kind of cold, calculated person she is. The unnerving wide grin, the chalk pale skin, and her fit with the leather scales with the dashes of red that invoke some kind of danger. First though, there's no getting away from this. If you look in the past, her design is pretty much from a previous Street Fighter universe character, rival schools, Kuro Kurashima, at least visually. However, aside from the fit and a shared psychoticness, is that a word? They are different everywhere else. Also, A.K.I. is so much cooler. And of course there's the umbrella cut, we can't forget about this. It's odd, but the precise sharpness of it also adds to her unnerving look, I think. It's also the right kind of goofy, you know, not like Guile with his uncut spaghetti in a pan, which he keeps combing. Yeah bro, we see it. It looks like ass. Just from her initial look, you can tell where she lands. She and Ryu ain't gonna be friends. Where I think the design really comes to life is in how it merges the snake aspect into her moveset. A fighting style influenced by a few different martial arts like Fanged Snake style, Dim Mak and others. Everything in some way mimics a snake, as you'd expect. She has by far the most interesting default stance, setting her hands forward like two vipers ready to strike. Her mimicry is also seen within her evasive moves like in Snake Step and Sinister Slide, and also how she contorts her body with some of her other moves, or where she's just long. And it makes sense, as snakes feature pretty heavily throughout Chinese mythology, the most famous being the legend of the white snake, which maybe, possibly, has been given some small nod with her white appearance. Plus the image of a white snake contrasting with red eyes is also just imposing, it's notable. A skin colour A.K.I. has via poison immunity from her constant testing. And because of her snake persona, personality, and how violently it's supposedly created, the legendary venom-based poison goo, I don't know if that's right, is likely the base of this poison. And there's also some direct references to the notorious deadly Nightshade in a couple of her moves' names. Some of the names of her moves also tap into other parts of Chinese mythology. The 9 dragons feature heavily, a faceless being of primordial chaos, spongy little guy, a winged tiger of chaos, fire name, and her level 3 claws of Yashi, if I'm saying that right. Yashi, another of the 9 dragons, extra appropriate as that one is supposedly said to enjoy murder, but they all still conjure up some kind of danger. So A.K.I. is very much a bible of Chinese mythology references too. Her nail gloves, weapon things are likely based on Chinese nail guards, taking what is a decorative show of wealth back then and making it into an assassin's weapon, I think is a great idea. Made even cooler with the chain wires extending from them to inflict even more pain, really selling her devious, mostly up and close personal style. The Serpent Lash moveset acts like she's launching a snake, emulating the sheer speed of a strike. The same goes for Cruel Fate too, delivering a series of fast stabs in quick succession. And along with her poison, it's made all as painful as possible. All this makes it feel like vipers in particular are used as the main snake influence, as their bite is meant to feel more like a stab. Her backstory, the devotion to her incredibly carny master, Fang. It's where her psychotic personality comes from. More so than Jory, who is for some reason the poster child for that in this game. Yet Aki actually enjoys inflicting pain and suffering. Jory is merely coping using extreme anger. Anyway, whether someone is above him in the chain a la Shadaloo, Aki's devotion starts and ends with Fang, no one else. So there's this bit of a victim and saviour aspect to their initial meeting, Aki and her brother living desperately, trying a little sexual blackmail with Fang, Fang seeing through it and offering her a way out should she choose wisely. And this is a relationship that's evolved into something of a weird admiration, love, lust, something for him, which is why it does feel, combined with her past, like there's a bit of an aggressive sexual element in some of her moves, like her command grab, entrapment, and her up close and personal yashi. All this coming from seemingly always using sex as a violent tool. Now that's two characters that are effectively controlled and are used as weapons to eliminate a problem. Was not intentional for my first two choices in this series. So Aki is probably, from a design point of view, my favourite Street Fighter character. The very natural way snakes are fused into her visual design, moves and personality feels so clean to me. This showing that the arguable GOAT of video game character design has still got it. So we can pretend Earth Abraham Lincoln was never real. I mean seriously, look at this. What is this? Genuinely terrible. Okay, that's the second one done. This time on Aki. Took a bit of time, but you know, I want to make sure I get these right. Don't want to, you know, go back to them and think, oh, why did I do that? I should have looked at this more, or edited something better, you know, so on. I'm sure I'll get better at editing anyway, but you know, that's just a natural progression. So yeah, I think for my next video, it's probably not going to be on character design because I've got other ideas. But I do want to keep continuing to do this because I do like talking about them. As I've said, it's what gets me interested in certain games, and there's a lot of different games that I can choose from, which is nice. I'm not stuck to just these two, although Overwatch and Street Fighter is easier to do because I play them pretty regularly, and also you can remove the HUD in those games, getting, you know, nice clean shots of the characters. I don't know whether I'll be able to do that with other games. It might look a bit more cluttered, which, you know, there isn't anything I can do about that. You just have to deal with it. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Hopefully you look forward to the next video, which might take some time. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate all the people that have subscribed. And I'll see you later.